On to the next video. So the next video you're going to talk to us about is a 21st century witch hunt with the musician Phil Madeley. Is that right? Phil Madeley? I think that's right.
Yeah.
And the director is Ricky Allen. And let's have a quick look at the video.
In my outline, sink or float, it all ends up the same. What'll become of all it is you stood for? Will it make the grade, or is it destined for the flame? So that watch you preach as your eyes stray from that. Down, open through, so I'll stay opaque and never found. Jesus talks and walks his walk, but alienation seems to stalk whoever it is that goes against your grain. And I can't bear to take the rain. You know that lines are drawn the same. Well, if you live in fear, you know you got it good. So that watch you preach as your eyes stray from that lines, always they'll have you down. Open through, so I'll stay opaque and never found.
So we just looked at Phil Madeley's witch hunt video, and so Tomoi, do you want to talk us through how you found the process of approaching this one? You obviously worked with Ricky Allen before on the another video, but like, how did you both approach this particular video, and what was the challenges on this?
So there were lots of challenges on this one. This was a particularly kind of hard lesson to learn, but a good one to learn. In that, just like the other music video, Ricky is like a ridiculously tenacious kind of guy in the way that he works. He's always aiming really high, and we went on a big recce. This was at the top of a tour in Devon, and we went on this really thorough recce, climbed the tour, scheduled the day according to where the sun would be at that particular time of day in order to get the shots that we wanted for the sequence. And that on that recce, it was like glorious sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. And when we actually turned up on the day, the weather was just like, you couldn't even see the sun in the sky. You couldn't tell where it was. It was just biblically kind of awful weather.
All filming permissions were cleared, obviously.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So like super strong winds, sideways rain, you know, the kind of rain that hurts when it hits you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was horrific. And it just got worse the further we got up to the top of up to the peak here.
I think imagining that sideways rain, I think we've got a little clip we can cut to just now of, was it you calling action, or was Ricky calling action?
I can't remember. I think it's Ricky. Probably
right.
Ricky.
Yeah.
Action! Laboured film.
But that sideways rain was definitely hitting your face right there in the old the clip for sure when you're filming this particular bit. Okay, so and then carry on. Sorry, Tommy.
Yeah, so then so all of that planning, all of that scheduling just went completely out of the window because we could only shoot in one direction because the to avoid the lens just filling up with rain and making everything unusable. It was hard work to climb up there. Poor Phil there, he's dressed in just a shirt.
Yeah.
Look at him. Yeah, poor guy. I mean, he was like, I think we had to basically come down eventually because he started showing the first signs of hypothermia.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
you have to suffer for your art, don't you? So
it was, I think we were up there. We planned to be there for a whole day, and we were up there for maybe 2 or 3 hours in total. So it really was just shoot what you can. I just learned that sometimes, things just don't go to plan, and you've just got to kind of make the best of the situation. And luckily, we came up with a video, and Ricky's a really great editor as well, so he squeezed, everything out of what we shot.
Cool.
Which was great, but DOPing isn't always about lighting.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just about surviving.
Cool. So what's the slate you want to talk us through a little bit?
So for this shot, we didn't have the light that we wanted, or we planned for. At this point of the day, I think the light was supposed to be kind of over here, kind of backlighting this epically, and highlighting the front of him, and but obviously that never happened. And instead, we've got this epic. We just shot in a cloud, basically. By that point, we were quite high and in altitude, and we just got this kind of bleak, actually very minimalist frame.
So that's an interesting thing. You got a lovely frame there, but what's interesting is what was the director's call essentially? Because he was saying, should we just do it anyway? Or he was going, we're going to do it. Or he could have waited for another day, but maybe he didn't have the luxury of doing another day.
Again, I think, you always work within certain limitations. It doesn't matter how big your budget is. You always work within it. Not only budget, but in terms of availability and scheduling and location access and equipment hire and all that stuff. So we didn't have the luxury of just calling it off for another day. We had to do it that day. And it was an essential part of the story for the music video. So we kind of just decided to soldier on, go up there and get what we could. And actually what we ended up with, I'm really happy with, because this level of fog, I don't think there are fog machines big enough to achieve this amount of coverage.
I generally don't think that's almost an epically scaled big budget kind of fog machine shot anyway. And
green screen. But so on the other hand, even though it's not what we planned to get, we couldn't have planned to get this. That would have been impossible. So we got really lucky, and we just kind of, I think, made the best of a difficult situation. And sometimes it is just about adaptation rather than planning, rather than being extremely clever about what you're doing. It's just about making the most of what you're given.
Absolutely. I mean, to be honest, I think it's a great video as a whole anyway, and I think your working partnership with Ricky is really good. Clearly with the two videos that you've shown us today, but also I love this particular video because the song's great, and also it's got very much a Wicker Man kind of vibe to it, Stroke the Witch kind of vibe to it as well, and it's just that element of paganism cult kind of stuff going on. It's just really interesting video, and the fact that there's been supremely sort of thought about and really kind of executed really well. The shots are great, and obviously the edit's really good as well, which is, you said Ricky edited it as well, did he?
Yeah, he cuts all his own stuff. He's really talented at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great shoot. It was really fun, a little bit grueling at times, but I'm really pleased at what we came out with, really, especially for the resources that we had available to us. We just kind of went for it, and we got this great video, which looks like way more money than it is.
The question on that particular shot, did Phil make it to the top? That's the big question I'm thinking, because it's sort of like, it looks so oppressive, and then like, did he make it? Did he make it to that point?
He did make it. Phil Madeley is hard as nails. Don't mess with Phil Madeley.
Good to know. Thank you very much for your insight. I think it's been really valuable and useful with all the stuff you've given us. I think it'll be a really interesting talk for other people who are out there who are either looking to get into becoming DOPs, and also just a bit of the science around particular using your practicals around you and knowing, what do you have to do to kind of add to a shot or even take things away. So I think you've given us some really valuable advice there. So thanks for that, Tomoi.
No, thanks for inviting me onto your channel. I think a lot of what I've said is a little bit kind of random, but hopefully if any of it is useful to even one person out there who's wanting to start shooting stuff, then that's great. Definitely worth it.
Cool. And so I'll put some links in the descriptions to the videos that are featured in this video. And thanks very much again, Tomoi, and I'll see you soon. And what are you doing next, actually? What's your next project? At the moment, really nothing.
Well, my biggest project, at the moment, we've just had a baby, so that's my biggest project right now. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens after all this coronavirus stuff.
Well, you've got a permanent stand in there, so you can always do the lighting and kind of like practice at home and stuff like that, which is always good. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and basically make sure you like, subscribe and comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts about how to get into becoming a DOP, and also if you have any thoughts on this particular video and any questions for Tomoi, obviously I'll pass them on. So yeah, give us a shout, and I'll see you soon. Cheers, bye.